Hi, my name is Mark and welcome to my channel, The Media Nerd. And welcome to my new studio that I just built a few weeks ago. I really love it. Now, it is important that I tell you the date. Today's date is May 12th, 2025. And this video concerns all of you Final Cut Pro users. Now, here's the issue. Over the weekend, I imported some video files into Final Cut Pro and I came up with a black screen on the video. I panicked because this was a really important video shoot and I couldn't see the video. So there's an issue with Final Cut Pro and I am going to show you the workaround in this video. Now, I have to give you a little bit of a backstory and give you some important dates and version numbers, and I have it written down on this paper to keep me in track. So March 10th, 2025, I went on a video shoot using these Sony cameras. I have two of them. They are PXW Z190s, and they record in a file format of an MXF file. So that's pretty important to know. I'm gonna put this camera away now so I have a little bit more room to talk with you. I brought the video footage home and I put it on the computer for that March 10th shoot, and it was flawless. It was great in Final Cut. Okay, so now I'm going to jump ahead to March 27th, 2025. Final Cut Pro was upgraded to version 11.1. In April 16th, 2025, Sequoia was updated to version 15.4.1. Now, since then, since the March 10th shoot, and then, I hadn't used my cameras until this past week, May 9th, 2025. I had the exact same setup using both cameras and shot 4K, 59.94p, exactly the same setup. Over the weekend, I put the SD card into my Mac Studio, fired everything up, brought it into Final Cut, and I got black screen on the video. The audio was fine, but the black screen, it was like flickering back and forth, and I totally panicked. It's like, oh my God, what happened to my cameras? What happened to SD card? No, it wasn't that. It was either Sequoia, but after a little bit of research, I realized it was Final Cut. Mac Studio, this is what I typically run on. It automatically updated to Sequoia 15.4.1 on April 16th, 2025, and Final Cut Pro was updated to version 11.1 March 27th, 2025. My MacBook Pro is running Sequoia version 15.1, which was updated October 28th, 2024. And the Final Cut Pro version is 11.01, which was updated March 2nd, 2025. So the versions are a little older on the MacBook Pro than it is on the Mac Studio. So I took my SD card with all the video footage and I put it on the MacBook Pro. And guess what? It was absolutely perfect. There was no black screen, there was no glitches, nothing. Everything was great. So it came down to either Sequoia or Final Cut. And I did a lot of research on the internet. I found a lot of YouTube videos telling me different stuff to be able to do. And even ChatGPT told me that I needed to take the latest version of Final Cut off of the studio and put the older version of Final Cut, which I could do that because I have projects going on right now that it would just totally erase all of the projects because it's not backwards compatible. It's only forward compatible, if you know what I mean. So that wasn't an option to install an older version of Final Cut. I had to deal with what I had. I came up with a workaround to get these MXF files to play with the latest version of Final Cut. And I'm going to show you right now how I'm going to do it. Okay, here I am at my Mac Studio, and the version of this Mac is Sequoia 15.4.1. Like I said, I really don't think it's a Sequoia issue. I think it's a Final Cut issue. So let's open up Final Cut right here. And the Final Cut version is 11.1. This file here is one of the two. This is the issue. And it really drags. It's just total black screen. So I did try to do a transcode and analysis, and that didn't work at all. It just hung up the machine. Nothing happened. So this is the workaround. I went into, it's called Wondershare. Let's hide this really quick. This is Wondershare Unit Converter, and this is version 14.2.13. So it's a pretty good version. I like this one a lot. Now what I want to do is convert this camera file, which is I believe the MFX, and I have the SD card in. I'm going to go deep into this card to find the file. So it is in the XD root, clips, and I'm going to find the really big file. It's this one right here. And I'm going to drag it into Unit Converter. Now all this is really important, so I'm going to convert it into an MP4 file. Now it's going to dumb down the size a little bit from 62 gigabytes to 33.3 gigabytes, which is about half. But I'm keeping the same audio setting and the same resolution. So it's gonna encode at the H.264, which is really good. I'm gonna leave the audio alone. And the pixels is 3840 by 2160. Now, I don't wanna convert this entire thing for this video, so I'm just gonna pick out a few seconds, just like this. Here, she's gonna start right there. And let's just bring this. That is, looks like about 3 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and hit OK. I trimmed that little bit of a segment. For this particular video, I'm gonna do this test new. And it's gonna convert this pretty quickly. Here we go. The one thing I do like about the Wondershare Unit Converter, you have to pay for it for the full version, but it can be really fast. But when you're dealing with a 1 hour video that is 60 some gigabytes, it is still gonna take probably a good hour to convert it to an MP4 file. So I'm just going to let this run, and then we're going to jump back into Final Cut Pro. So I'm now back into Final Cut, finished transferring the video into an MP4. This is the really bad footage here. This one there, not good at all. So I'm going to go ahead and import the video that we did, which is test new. There it is. There it is. Let's bring it into the timeline. It has to render it, but it looks absolutely great. It's flawless. No issues with this video at all. So important thing about uniconverter is I had a wireless microphone on her, and also it was being recorded on the microphone on the camera. So we're hearing a lot of that. So if I go to my audio settings, you can see all the different dialogues here. If I kick off 3 and 4, and I'm going to raise the audio a little bit. It sounds great. Now, running it through the uniconverter maintained all of my separate audio files. That was the most important thing I wanted to show you.
Logistical stress.
Besides it being fixed.
Of possibly the most tumultuous time in the history of this country in what was already.
So that's it. That was how I was able to work around the MFX files that weren't playing nicely with the latest version of Final Cut Pro. Pretty slick. I'm really happy that uniconverter pulled through again to save the day. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and ring that bell for future notifications. You have yourself a wonderful day.